Hello, my name is Luke Staggs, and this is my speech on misinformation spread by the bee movie. Nearly everyone has heard of or seen the bee movie at some point in their life. So they know the basic premise, which is a bee named Barry B. Benson, played by Jerry Seinfeld, decides to sue the human race alongside the help of a human florist named Vanessa for the unlawful theft of honey from the beehives. After various hijinks, Barry wins the case alongside his hive, causing humans to no longer be able to harvest honey from the hives, which leads to a surplus of honey in hives that causes the bees to stop pollinating and gathering nectar from plants. In the movie, this causes nearly all the plants in the world to die, and the movie ends with Barry and his hive helping to repollinate the earth and allowing humans to only harvest honey if they have permission from the beehive. As a little kid, this was a interesting movie due to the various jokes and comedy it employed. However, as a fifth generation beekeeper, it has various misinformation spread in it. The first of which is the role of the drone or male bee. In real life, a drone, compared to worker bees, does not go outside of the hive to gather nectar or do much inside of the hive. Their main role, instead, is to procreate with the queen, as well as various other queens from different hives, to spread genetic diversity among various hives. Bee Pod said this is impossible, referring to Barry being a worker bee, as he is male. Drones do little to no work around the hive, as their sole purpose in life is to procreate. Now, an aspect of the movie that was somewhat correct was the fact that Barry could leave the hive, which is when he went out to procreate with queens from other hives, especially if a swarm has occurred. Quote, male bees are only around for a few months out of the year. They leave the colony every day in search of potential new queens looking to mate, as stated by ASU's Ask a Biologist page. The second point is the ones who actually went out and collected the nectar and pollen. In real life, it is handled by older worker bees, which are the female bees that do not become a queen. Quote, older worker bees will leave the hive to collect the necessary resources for which the colony survives. They have a dangerous and tiring job, but work from the time the sun is up until sunset, as stated by perfectbee.com on their article on the life cycle of worker bees. Now, instead of having older female bees go out to collect honey, the necessary ingredients to create honey for the hive, in the movie is done by the pollen jocks, which is more reminiscent of an old-fashioned Air Force group, and even run by an older male bee who is very reminiscent of an Air Force general. The final point I found content with was the fact that in the movie, both Adam and Barry, who are drones, have stingers, which is not something that they have. Quote, In worker bees, the stinger has a barbed end. Queen bees have a longer and unbarbed stinger, and drones, males, do not have a stinger, ASUs, as a biologist stated on their article on the anatomy of bee. And you can see here, it's true. You can see the stinger right here on a worker bee. The queen has one right there. And then the drone does not have one. So, this leads to the fact that in the movie, Adam would have not been able to sting the opposing lawyer and nearly die as a result. In conclusion, although it is made for kids and has certain liberties took about lifestyle bees for the purpose of the movie, there are many other aspects that cause various misinformation to be construed about how bees work and how they live. Thank you for your time.